Hi, this is Katrina Sargent, owner and creator of Devil Doll Custom Creations. Today we're going to be doing a beginner's tutorial on how to properly sand and prep your tumbler with no drips. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you are new at tumbler making, keep an eye out. I'm going to be doing beginner's epoxy playlist and a beginners with CrystaLac playlist on my channel. So keep an eye out for those new releases. So when you start out, you're gonna have a basic stainless steel tumbler. I like to use 80 grit sandpaper or 80 grit sanding block. I just add a little bit of water and soap. It kind of just goes over the tumbler a little easier and you're not having to work so hard. This is a personal preference. You don't have to do this. You can just do it straight with the sandpaper onto the tumbler. When I wet sand between coats of epoxy, this is what I do as well. I wet my sandpaper with some Dawn dish soap and it just glides over the tumbler easier. You're going to see a difference in a second where I've sanded versus where I haven't. You're trying to remove that shiny coating off of the tumbler. So when you spray paint, your spray paint adheres to the tumbler itself and it doesn't come off easy. This is going to help in the long run when your tumblers last a lot longer than if you don't sand. Here's a 80 grit sand block. You can use that too. The sandpaper you can kind of form around the tumbler a little better. The block you can't. Try both and see what you like better. So once you remove the shiny coating, your water should flow off and not like bead up. So here I have not sanded. See how the water kind of beads up versus flowing over and leaving the tumbler. That's a good way to see if you've sanded enough. If you haven't sanded enough, keep sanding. And then once you are happy with your sand, use some Dawn dish soap, wash any residue you have on your tumbler, let it dry, or use a lint-free towel to dry it. Now I am going to spray paint. If you don't want spray paint inside, I found a trick. I take disposable cups. These are coffee cups for my smaller tumblers. I remove the bottom and it fits right inside, and then I add my football or my noodle, my arm that I'm going to be using to spray paint. This is solely spray painting arm. It doesn't fit into a turner, but it's in my garage. It stays there. So now you're not going to have any spray paint inside your tumbler. My spray booth is very used and I have a Lazy Susan so you can rotate as you spray. You don't need this, you can hold it yourself. I always use matte white. When I start out, I'm doing little bursts of spray paint. Dust the bottom and then dust the sides. You want to keep your spray paint bottle about 12 to 16 inches away from your tumbler. I always go vertical on this first dusting. It is not going to be a solid coverage. You're going to let this dry. You are going to now spray paint the vertical. So get your bottoms again. It's easiest to get the bottoms first. Be careful on this. You're going to then spray as you move your can horizontally this time. This is the place that you might get drips. So it'd be better to do little spritz as you move if you're not rotating your cup fast enough or you're not moving your can fast enough. It'd be better to do 3 coats than to have drips after 2. But this will give you full coverage. If not, do a little burst, let it dry, and then repeat this step. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. I do write back. Please like, share, subscribe. It means the world to me. And thank you everyone for your continued support.